Muslims have to be very careful when it comes to luxury. Normally when people ask about this question, they're only thinking about it from an individualistic point of view. Is it permissible for me to have a luxury car, to spend my money on a luxury car? What if I'm not doing it with a bad intention? What if, whatever. And we don't look at it from a communal or a collective point of view, because the Prophet ﷺ, he said that you don't believe fully, or you don't believe in me. That's basically it's a liability. It's a deficiency in your faith. If you go to bed full and your neighbor goes to bed hungry, or if there's a Muslim out there in your location who's suffering and you're not taking care of it. And so forget about the thing in and of itself. Ask yourself, what's your relationship to your community? Because things are a zero-sum game at the end of the day, right? You can put your money into a luxury car, or you can make your money work. You can make your money work for the Muslims, and you can make your money work for the afterlife. Are we in a situation where the Muslims in your area don't need your financial support? They're good. The masjid is well funded, and you've got an Imam and you've got other people, who are paid staff. They're paid well so that they're going to stick around. They're going to, work their hardest. There are programs and there's all this sort of stuff. If there's nobody who's going hungry, everybody can pay their bills, everybody can pay their rent, nobody's getting evicted. If that's your situation, then okay, maybe. But I don't know anybody in that situation. I know that there's suburban masjids and inner city masjids, and I know that inner city masjids are trying to keep the lights on, and the suburban masjids are often talking about how big their chandelier is going to be, right? So I don't think that if we get out of the narrow mindset of, well, is it permissible to buy this thing or to have this thing? Let's talk about what's the requisite amount of duty and fidelity you feel to the other Muslims in your area. Think about the poorest person, the poorest Muslim that comes to your masjid, and think about how they will feel if they see you driving up in that car. If you can confidently say that those other Muslims aren't going to feel any sort of way about it, then Bismillah, go ahead. But that's usually not the situation, and we need to, honestly, it's a bigger problem than halal haram. When we think that our money is ours, and we think that our money is for our own sort of pleasure and these sorts of things. Again, you can work bare permissible fiqh, and we can talk about the issue in isolation. But things don't happen in isolation. Things happen in context. They happen in community. And the ummah needs your money elsewhere, to be honest with you. Like, the ummah needs your support, and your local ummah, your local community needs your support more than you need a luxury car, to be quite frank.